can do anything that we wanna do. Long as you got me, and I know I got you. We a team. No in between.
Barbara Kavovit, Barbara. Okay, you're wondering why you're here in my apartment with these lights.
I was. You called me on a Tuesday, I'm here on a Thursday.
There you go. The reason why I have you here is because you're one of the baddest bitches that I know.
Oh my God.
I
I would have come yesterday if you would have known that.
I mean, we met because, well, oh my God.
Oh, come on. Let's tell everyone how we really met.
How did we really meet?
We met through Housewives of New York because you were very good friends with Luann.
The Countess.
The Countess. And
I knew her pre-Countess.
Luann and you go back like 30 years.
Yes.
Luann and I were like sisters, and we met because you were on the show.
Like an appearance. Exactly. But you were a friend.
Yeah, I was like a true friend, a real friend.
Like a real friend. Like not holding the apple, but you were in many, many episodes.
You know, it's funny that all these years later, we still have like this amazing friendship, and
right.
Both of us are not friends with her anymore.
That's right.
I mean, we've seen each
right.
other. We've run into her, and we're definitely, it's hugs, hello, and
right. And then leave it at the door.
Yeah.
You have the most successful women-owned construction company in New York City. Yeah. So I'm going to go back. Because I want to
back in time.
I want to go back in time because I know how really important your dad was to you. I mean, first of all, I absolutely adore your mom, who is
88.
88. Yeah. I mean, still dances, just is going for the second
ballet, tennis, bridge.
She's a hoot. But you lost your dad, many years ago. And I know that he was so.
Impactful.
So important. Like he gave you that first drill.
So
right?
Growing up in the Bronx, I was 9 years old and I was playing with those Barbie dolls, and my dad, I can picture it like it was yesterday, walking through the front door after work with 2x4s. And he said, "Come on, Barb, we're gonna build bunk beds for you and your sister." So I was like, huh? So he hands me this big 16-ounce Stanley hammer, and here I am knocking on the nails to try and get and he's so patient, holding the wood together. And over the next 3 weeks, we built these bunk beds where my sister and I slept.
What a sense of accomplishment, though, right?
The sense of accomplishment, the sense of self-esteem, confidence, the fact that this man, my father, gave this little girl so much love and attention and patience to be able to accomplish this goal at such a young age. Right. So we went on to do other projects. So fast forward, after I graduated with a degree in finance, and my boss overturns my desk, because when I graduated from college, I was like, what do you mean I'm not going to be the head of mergers and acquisitions?
You've always had, I mean, I didn't know you then, but I know you now. And you have this sense of, well, what do you mean you think I can't do this? Well, what do you mean? Watch me.
Yeah, I've always had confidence, and I always tell everyone when they ask me, like, what is the secret to success, or what do you have to do to be successful? I always tell everyone, believe in yourself, believe in your ability. Don't take no for an answer. Nobody will believe more than you will. So, know your passion, know your craft, have the knowledge. The knowledge is the power.
But you had that love and support from day one.
Yeah.
And obviously by him instilling and saying, you can do this.
Yes.
Because in big and small ways, I think he was always saying that you can do this. So what happens now, you get out of college, you start a business, you basically put flyers around the neighborhood saying that you were going to fix things.
What I did.
Mrs. Fix It, basically.
Yep.
And so then out of that, you ended up starting...
I started a home improvement company.
Right, which came out of the flyers. You just were going up to people and saying, I can fix this.
My market was women.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Right. And I believe that women, there was a niche for a woman to sell women on home improvement services. I wrote a letter to IBM. Okay. And I told them that I had a crew of guys that I had available, electricians, plumbers, carpenters.
Because IBM had a big, Westchester.
After 6 months of calling, he said, come up and meet with me. I went up to meet with him.
Who were you calling there?
I was calling the head of purchasing at IBM.
Okay. And how old are you? 24?
23.
Okay,
23.
23. Okay.
Yeah. What did I know? I didn't know. I didn't know.
You knew nothing. Yes.
So from IBM, after this 6 months of calling, IBM gave this young woman a 2-year contract to do all their small punch list. It was punch list work, time and materials. The larger contractors never came back to finish.
Yeah, of course.
All the stuff.
Yeah.
So I did it. I was there for 2 years straight doing all this mundane stuff, making money, okay, at 23, 24 years old. And that's what put me on the map. And over the course of the 10 years, built a very large construction company. It was actually a $100 million construction company from 1995 to right before the Trade Center collapse. Right. And after 9/11, that's when I started the tool line.
Okay, so the construction company's rocking. You start a tool line focusing just for women.
Yeah,
right?
It was really, the idea kind of came off of the Martha Stewart model.
Right.
So she was the pretty stuff. I was kind of like more of the hard goods stuff.
Right.
So I thought for a woman, women always want to be stylish and fashionable. So why not bring that idea to a tool line and create the perfect toolkit and create ergonomically designed tools to fit a woman's hand better. So I wrote up a business plan, a very comprehensive one. Raised $15 million.
From who?
From people like Howard Schultz from Starbucks.
From Starbucks, no.
Yeah. This is how I did. How did I get in Bed Bath & Beyond, the Container Store,
This is where all
Home
this
Depot,
is where all the toolkits were.
Target.
So you
all
have to
of
get
them.
it. You have to get.
How
it
do you
sourced.
get into these stores?
Right.
You just call. There's someone that's working.
But you don't just call. You have to call and call and call and call, and you have to call in the first place, and you have to call back and keep doing it
50 times, 100 times.
And not taking no for an answer.
Right.
Right.
And then you have to get yourself on a plane. You have to go with your products.
Right.
You're raising money.
Now you're making millions of dollars.
And I was young.
So now what happens? Because at this point you get married.
I got married.
You have a child.
I had a son,
I love him, my Zachary. But now you're a single mom at this point.
I was a single mom since he was 4 years old.
And now what happens to the business?
So when the business fell apart, it's like go big or go home. The business fell apart, and I had to actually move back to my parents' house.
So what happened? Why did the business fall apart?
You're doing $100 million a year in business, in construction sales, and then there's 9/11. There's a big halt in capital improvements. There's a big halt in companies wanting to be in New York City and building out space.
So it all falls apart.
It all falls apart, and I end up broke.
Yeah, really broke. Like moved back home broke.
Moved back home, went on unemployment.
I would imagine just wanting to keep up, not the facade, but just like...
Oh, there was no keeping up with the facade with this one. This was like just...
Everything fell apart.
Everything fell apart. Like I couldn't even make believe at this point, and I felt bad for Zach because he grew up with a chauffeur. From the day he was born, he had a driver up until he was 12 years old. I had a driver. I mean, I had a chef. I had... I lived, but it wasn't like I was given any of this. I made this.
Of course.
I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up poor, and I always said, when I have a child, he's not going to grow up like me. He's going to grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth. But, for better or worse, I don't know if that was right or wrong.
Right, I know. We wondered about that. You said to me you would drive Zach. Now there's no driver. You're driving Zach, and you're getting assistance to keep him in school, right? And then you used to sit is it Plaza Antenay?
Yeah.
In the hotel?
Either the Plaza Antenay or the Regency.
And you would sit in the lobby.
And I would seriously say, how can I, how can I create new products? Because I was always thinking of new products. And how could I license my name? And what can I do to make money? And I didn't want to go back into the construction industry at the time. I just wanted to continue down this path. But, there's a point, I always say, don't give up. There was a point where I needed to give up because I needed to pivot.
It's the pivot.
And do something else because I was spinning my wheels.
Right. So you go back into construction. So.
Yeah. Well, I go back. This gets very interesting. So my dad passes away, and my life is basically turned upside down. I remember collapsing I think it was on 82nd Street. I got a call from the doctor. I collapsed, and this woman on the street called.
Angel.
Yeah, an angel called an ambulance. Just
Called an ambulance for you because
Yeah.
you actually,
I actually collapsed.
Actually collapsed.
Yeah,
Right.
it was like just something I couldn't process, I couldn't handle. So that was a really, really tough time, and I realized I needed to get a job. It was the first time in my life. I never had a job
Right, because
before.
you made your own. You were the boss.
Never had a job.
You're always the boss. Right. I can't imagine you working for anybody.
Yeah, I know. But I actually met Rob Flock at the time. We both know Rob Flock. It was 2014. He introduced me to one of the, if not the largest construction company in New York City, if one in the United States, and I ended up being a sales consultant for them. And this was the first time I actually made this much money in I don't know how many years. They paid me, I want to say like $15,000 a month as a consultant. So this is now, I got my apartment on 60th Street. I rented it. And Zach now has a place to live. He can walk to school. And I started with them doing sales for this construction company that I absolutely hated. And I don't know how I got there, but I continued because I needed to earn money.
Right.
No, my parents, my ex-husband, nobody was giving me anything.
Well, you know what? And I want to circle back to that because there's a lot of people that would have not gotten back up. I've known many men in my life that have lost it all, and they haven't been able to get themselves back up. It's an ego thing. You're saying like, I did whatever it took to make it happen again. Because I think you just have to acknowledge what strength that takes because, you didn't say like, woe is me or try to hide it. You were like, I'm getting the fuck back up.
Yeah.
Right?
I truly believe.
But don't you think that women are a little bit more resilient than men?
I do. I mean, I think women can take pain more. I think women are just overall more resilient. I'm going to say it, that women are the superior gender because I'm not saying it to man bash.
Yep.
I just truly feel that women are the superior gender. I think we're always behind power moves. And I think given the ability to be in the forefront, we will always win and we will always succeed.
Right.
I got another job working for the two worst men on the planet in the construction industry. You're talking about womenizers, egotistical, horrible, bad men. That's when I decided to write my novel.
The name of that book was?
Heels of Steel.
Heels of Steel.
I should have brought a copy.
Oh yeah, we'll show it. We'll show it. We'll go to the graphic.
So I decided to write this book, and it was basically based on my story, a true story, but fiction, because I didn't want to kind of give away all the people and all the kind of true hurt that I had been through. I got myself an agent, and the book got published by HarperCollins, and then I started Evergreen Construction a short time after that. And they say the rest is history,
The
right?
rest is history. Well, the rest is, I mean, you keep going. I feel like in so many ways that you're like hitting your stride.
I feel like that too.
Right?
I do. I feel like I've finally gotten to a place in life where I've made so many mistakes, but those mistakes are not without like, wow, I did it that way, and that way's not going to work again. So let me not do that. And I just feel like, part of what I love about what I've been through is I love helping other women. I mean, if I could do that all day long and direct them and just give them the right path to choose. The underdog is who I feel like I am. I just.
Do you still feel like that?
Yeah, I do.
Well, I mean, I can imagine that you still feel like that in many ways because you're in a business where it's all male. You're not just the woman that comes into the room that's the contractor that I would think has got a tool belt and has a pair of jeans. You're walking in with your Chanel bag, the nails like this, like the heels, you're teetering.
I mean, you gotta
on
have style when you're going onto a job site.
Well, yes, but no, you don't necessarily have to because you're walking in like a dirt pit and you have a hard hat on, but you still like look fabulous and feminine and you just own
cement
it.
chic, baby.
Cement chic. There you go. There you go. I'm gonna have to remember that. But I can imagine that you feel like the underdog because you're literally with your nails, with your long nails, crawling your way every day to the top.
Yeah.
It wasn't 10 years ago that you were
Broke.
Broke.
Yeah.
Right. And look what you've accomplished.
It's miraculous.
It's not. It's hard work. It's
Hard
grit.
work, yeah.
It's a little help from your dad.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? At the end of the day, you're right. It's consistency.
Your story is so inspiring, and you inspire me. I just wanted to share some of my Barbara with the ladies. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you for inviting me.
Sitting, I don't even know where we are in this, my apartment studio. But anyway.
I love it. I love this whole thing. I think Wise and Wonderful Women started by Annie. I mean, there's nobody else that I can imagine doing it.
Wise women doing wonderful things,
Yes.
and you certainly are. Love, thank you
Thanks,
for coming.
Annie.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.